Welcome back to Part 2. Timeline of the Commonwealth and Kingdom of Australia. It was 1914. World War I saw 42% of the male population between 18 and 42 years of age, some 400,000 plus subjects of the Imperial Crown from the Commonwealth of Australia, including the Indigenous people of Australia, to defend the Imperial Realm, the People's Realm. The Commonwealth of Australia suffered the highest loss per capita of all countries involved, losing more than 62,000 men. Lest ye forget. 1919, U.S. President Woodrow Wilson's vision was for the 14 points of the Treaty of Versailles. The last point being that the development of the League of Nations. Australia's then Prime Minister Billy Hughes petitioned King George V to allow himself to be the representative of Australia in Versailles, given the high losses per capita Australia suffered and the significance of this time speaking for ourselves. This would be shown on an international stage, that the Commonwealth of Australia had come of age and was ready and able to stand on its own, as a sovereign nation and kingdom, and speak for itself. 1926. The Fifth Imperial Conference, notable for producing the Balfour Declaration, established the principle that the dominions of the British Empire are all of equal status, and autonomous countries and realms within the British Empire, not subordinate to the UK. In 1927, King George V proclaimed the change in his style and title from the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland to the United Kingdom of Great Britain, Ireland, and the names of the other autonomous countries mentioned in the Balfour Declaration should be added after the and in the new royal style and title. Thus, King George V was crowned as the King of Australia, in addition to all his other styles and titles. King George V did his best within the limitations of being occupied and under administrative control to ensure our occupiers played by the treaties that form international law. Also, construction commenced on the Shrine of Remembrance, with the ceremonial laying of the foundation stone for the Shrine of Remembrance in the King's Domain, Melbourne, on the 11th of November, 1927.
1931. The Statute of Westminster Act confirmed and enacted the sovereignty of the former self-governing dominions of the British Empire and separated their governments from the influence and legislative authority of the United Kingdom. It also bound them all to seek each other's approval for changes to monarchical titles and the common line of succession. The statute was effective either immediately or upon ratification. It thus became a statutory embodiment of the principles of equality and common allegiance to the Crown set out in the Balfour Declaration of 1926. The statute removed nearly all of the British Parliament's authority to legislate for the Dominions, making them sovereign nations in their own right. 1934. Saw the completion of the Shrine of Remembrance in the King's Domain, Melbourne, ready for its dedication and opening on 11th November 1934. Thus, enshrining the United Kingdom of Australia through the Stone of Remembrance in Lamb forever. Prince Henry, the son of King George V, and then the Duke of Gloucester, dedicated the shrine and the Stone of Remembrance, thus enshrining the United Kingdom of Australia in law forever through the Stone of Remembrance. The Duke of Gloucester was a fine man and soldier, and thus was dispatched by his father, King George V, to dedicate and open the Shrine of Remembrance at 11 o'clock on the 11th of November 1934. A task he undoubtedly carried out with honour and distinction. He would also later act as the 11th Governor-General for the Commonwealth of Australia from 1945 to 1947.
In 1936, with the death of King George V, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland, leaving his son, King Edward VIII, as the next in line for the throne under the imperial Tudor crown. However, over the course of 19 years, the occupying administration and the Roman Catholic Church had infiltrated important areas, including the Church of England and Parliament. They replaced the lawful imperial Tudor crown, which was established within the Anglican Christian faith, with a Roman Catholic St. Edward's crown that had been outlawed 250 years earlier. This effectively changed the line of authority and realm, from under the Anglican Christian imperial Tudor crown to a Roman Catholic St. Edward's crown. King Edward VIII learned of this and abdicated the throne after only reigning for 326 days, before a coronation could take place in late 1936. He included his descendants in his declaration of abdication. As a result, the throne and Roman Catholic St. Edward's crown were passed to George VI, who was coronated with the Roman Catholic St. Edward's crown. This marked a shift away from the Anglican Christian imperial Tudor crown under God, Father of the Trinity being the Anzac, to a Roman Catholic St. Edward's crown, which is currently held by King Charles III.
Before we continue forward, we must go back some time to fully appreciate the significance of a change of crowns. 1539, King Henry VIII cut off the Catholic Church in Rome, setting the Pope aside as head of any church within England or any of its realms or territories and ordering sheriffs across the realm to remove the Catholic Church from any role within the realm. The Church of England was established as the one and only lawful Church of England. In 1611, King James I commissioned a new Bible, the Authorized King James Version, written with Christian values instead of Catholic. The Catholic Church made a comeback in King Charles I in 1625, under the Roman Catholic St. Edward's crown. It was in 1642 that the United Kingdom faced high taxes that were not authorized by Parliament, and an apparent tyrannical system of monarchy angered the people, and ultimately led to Oliver Cromwell heading the English Civil War. 1649, King Charles I was ultimately defeated, tried, and executed. Cromwell saw to the theft twice, of the Roman Catholic St. Edward's crown being stolen and melted down. In 1658, Cromwell and those who signed the death warrant of King Charles I were tried and executed themselves, for regicide. In 1685, 37 years after the execution of Charles I, the Roman Catholic St. Edward's crown again made a comeback through King James II, a Roman Catholic, who attempted to install Catholic influence within the UK. This led to the Glorious Revolution of 1688 and the removal of King James II. 1688–1700s, the imperial acts between 1688 and the early 1700s show a clear pattern of which Catholic influence, Rome, was not welcome within the people's imperial realm.
Now back to the 1940s. 1948, the Commonwealth of Australia Parliament, without a lawful head of state, influenced by infiltrators and the Roman Catholic Church, offered the imperial crown subjects of the United Kingdom of Australia citizenship, under the crown of King George VI, the Roman Catholic St. Edward's crown, through the Nationality and Citizenship Act 1948. This provided for non-Australian, imperial crown subjects, and British citizens to renounce their former citizenship or allegiance, to swear allegiance to the Crown Roman Catholic St. Edward's crown. This had a very big impact on the imperial crown subjects and therefore allowed the occupying crown, an administrative body, to directly impact, intrude, and affect the lives of the people in any way they wished, including placing the burdens of war, financial burdens, directly on the disloyal citizens, as stated in the Libra Code. If not for this change in standing as the people, imperial crown subjects of the Kingdom of Australia, protected under international law such as the Hague and Geneva Conventions, as peaceful civilians on the battlefield due to being militarily occupied, you would not be treated as disloyal belligerents on the battlefield and no longer protected under international law or God, and the Australian government acting as administrators would have no choice but to listen to the people. On paper, it looked as though the people kept their subject of the Crown status. The Nationality and Citizenship Act 1948 did in fact state the people had two statuses: a subject and citizen, though in fact, you cannot be both. The subject status on paper would later be removed in 1973, leaving the people as citizens only. Therefore, the people ceased being the people, as mentioned in the Commonwealth of Australia Constitution Preamble, due to the change of allegiance to another crown, a Catholic crown. The people were no longer loyal to their God and the existing imperial Tudor crown and kingdom. We will continue in Part 3 of Timeline of the Commonwealth and Kingdom of Australia.